Look for
Barn live walking at home.
yeah, streaming, so you don't have to log in. You just have to search it. Well, just have to search Twin Cities Sports Network. You'll find it streaming.
Back here at Norway Savings Bank Arena, ready to get our third period underway as the Lewiston Blue Devils playing host to the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. And after 2 periods of play, a 4-1 lead for the Blue Devils. All 4 of their goals coming in the first period as they get tallies from Michael Bello, Curtis Cloutier, Sam LaRoche, and Cole Ulrich. Saints did peg one back from Simon Hagedis in that second period, but still a long way to go for them if they want to try and tie up this Blue Devils team, who are playing in just their second game in the tournament, having taken day 2 off to be replaced by the Cape Elizabeth Capers, who fell 10-6 in a game against Smithfield. So Smithfield and Notre Dame will be our championship game coming up in just a bit over on rink number 1. Reminder that both rinks, all 4 games today, being streamed on the Twin Cities Sports Network. You'll have Jeff Mannix on the call of that one once they have finished up the St. Dom's Bishop Brady game, as the Giants have gotten one back against the Saints to set up what could be a barnstorming finish there. Still 3-1 as they go into the final minute. Over here, Cloutier with a nice move to get himself free behind the net. Sends up top, LaRoche. From the right point, shot tipped on and fought off. Dunbar able to force it away to the corner. Came back out in front, shot off the outside of that. St. Laurent able to find the rebound. He'll go back to the far side. Shot from Cooper St. Hilaire. Pinballs up and out of play into the netting with a minute gone here in the third period. And now a 5-on-3 power play for St. Dom's as they will see out the final 10 seconds over there and finish with a 2-1 record. Lewiston also trying to get 2 wins out of this holiday tournament play before they'll go back to MPA action on New Year's Day against the rival Edward Little Red Eddies. Only reason they're not playing each other today, Lewiston having just played St. Dom's in MPA action before this tournament. They did not want to face them in non-MPA action. Special rivalry games, those between the Saints of St. Dom's and the Lewiston Blue Devils. So that meant some rearranging of opponents. And St. Thomas set for the schedule against Lewiston this morning. We'll have Edward Little and Medway High School coming up from this rink here for our 12:20 face-off game. Face-off on the right wing circle after that glove save as they've brought in Ben Cloutier, the freshman backup goaltender, to see out the third period of this one. Tapped ahead up the right wing boards. Trying to sneak back onto it, Luke Grella. Twists away from pressure there. Sent through the neutral zone and just off the mark of Orlando Ritchie. From center, big hit delivered there to send Bello crashing in front of the Lewiston bench. Dumped in deep. Bergeron centers, turned away. Bossy fires, high blocker save. Up into the netting as Dunbar reached up from the butterfly position to tip it over the net. And your final over for St. Dom's. They have picked up their second win. They'll finish their own holiday tournament with a 2-1 record, a 3-1 victory for the Saints this morning against Bishop Brady. So Lewiston and St. Thomas to finish out the final set of games on the early morning side of day 3. Scrap behind the net. Knowlton trying to come away with it, skated out, and St. Thomas on the 3-on-3 rush. Forced away as Barnes lost the handle. Solo recovers across for DeButz. Flip back in on the offensive end. Oh. Pitchforks one in the air, able to recover control. Back to the point, big drive, blocked by Connor. Solo holds off Bowden, but kicked at. Loose in the slot area. Barnes trying to slip behind his man. Passes to Connor. Offside on the entry as Barnes could not hold up. Knowlton. Left behind there. Kowalski trying to get to it through neutral ice. LaRoche will feather it ahead into the zone. Solo. Beats one man around the net, trying to start the rush ahead himself, the captain. He can really fly up ice, gains the blue line. He's got one going to the front of the net. That's Barnes. Centers it, blocked away by St. Hilaire. Rifled ahead, Leger able to tip that one into the zone. Scored in day one of the tournament. Looking to keep things going with this third line. Tugs down a man there. That's going to be a penalty. Leger with the stick work reaching out. Tugging his man back into the ice, and a pretty easy call again. Lewiston to the box again this morning. So 11:40 to go in the third period. Power play for St. Thomas. Pushed forward off the draw by Colin Grissom. Wrapped all the way around, and the Lewiston Blue Devils will start, as they have done on each penalty kill today, with a clear the length of the ice. Dunbar to stop it from behind the net. Played ahead up the left wing circle. Brendan Grissom cutting into the slot. Bouncing shot, almost got through. Good butterfly save from Ben Cloutier to just drop down low in time. And shot out of play into the right wing corner. Did not take a deflection, so it will come out to neutral ice for the faceoff. Faceoff for Grissom from the left point side. Tie up here. Poke back. Tersolo forced ahead. Barnes dropping off at the point to Butts. Winds and blasts one just too high as he got everything behind that cannonading drive. Played down the left wing boards, or right wing, excuse me, as Barnes trying to step to the front of the net. Has Grissom in front. Good job sealing off the passing lane from St. Laurent. Back to the point. Tersolo tipped on goal and eaten up by Cloutier, who takes a little bump. McLean trying to set the screen in front there. Good work to seal him off as Lewiston defense again giving all sorts of room for their goaltender to make the save and not have to worry about rebounds. And Owen Cox did a nice job clearing things out from the top of the crease. Off the tie up here. Blast from Tersolo and didn't get everything there. In fact, he broke the blade of his stick. He had to look down to make sure. Shot from McLean, angled wide off a body. Nice job twisting that one down from Cooper St. Hilaire. A one-on-one chance. Pelletier driving in. He is sent crashing after he blew a tire in the process. Forced back away behind the net. Pelletier. He didn't like being checked to the ice, so he'll throw in a few cross-checks there to try and get his own personal revenge. McLean avoids the hit there. Forces back away from pressure. Through center. And a penalty coming up, and retaliatory penalty as well. Pelletier, who has, let's say, not done a good job for his own personal gratification this morning. Back to the penalty box he will go again. 9:47 to go in the third period. So 7 seconds remaining in the penalty against Leger. So we'll play still 5-on-4 for another 7 seconds. Those two will have to stay in the box until the whistle coming at the end of their 2-minute stay in the sin bin. Centered in front, shot right on. Hagedus had a chance for another goal and robbed there. And they'll carry up ice. Look at Tripp go down the middle. Comes in, scores! Logan Tripp buries one underneath the glove hand. Excuse me. And the Lewiston Blue Devils restore their 4-goal cushion. They are up 5-1 with 9:29 to go. So Manu's had plenty of chances over the 2 days for Lewiston and just had not been able to get one to go in the back of the net for himself. Finally gets it done there. And as soon as he scores, he goes right to the cross-check. And easy enough call for Jessica Leclerc. So back to the penalty box he goes. And I think timeout's going to be taken here. And I think Jamie Bello has had enough of this as he's going to call his boys together and try to explain to them that with a 4-0 lead, a 4-goal lead, and 9 minutes to go in a non-conference game, not the time to be trying to settle personal scores against an out-of-state team. So Logan Tripp will take a seat in the box. Well, this has been the story of this Lewiston team all season long. Very undisciplined when it comes to penalties, as they are leading the MPA right now in penalty minutes per game. But a very talented offensive team, a threat to go ahead and win the title for the 4th time in 5 years, as they've got all kinds of offensive firepower for their top 9 forwards if they can just keep themselves out of the penalty box. Face-off will be in the offensive zone on the right circle side for the draw here. St. Thomas will send their top-line power play unit out once again. Murray for the draw. Knocked back to the point. Or check that it was Barnes, rather, in the circle. He'll set it up for Tersolo across. Stone to the point. Fake shot from Tersolo. Tipped on. Shoulder save. Rebound. Score. Well, a good setup from the point there. Tersolo shot tipped on. McLean open at the back door. And Barnes able to tap home the rebound. Nice work between those 3 players. McLean should pick up the primary assist with the tip-on goal, and the Saints will cut the deficit back down to 3 goals. 6 minutes into the 3rd period. Power play goal, first time for them with the extra man putting the puck in the back of the net. From the left wing side, trying to be carried ahead by McLean. This one tipped forward, over the blue line, poked free by LaRoche. Up the left wing side, St. Laurent will get to this one first behind the net, directing traffic there, leaves for Pomerleau. Sent behind the net by Daxton St. Hilaire. Ryan Pomerleau centers off the backside of the net. Chance to twist it around. Back up top. Drew St. Hilaire fires off the body, and it redirects wide to the corner. St. Hilaire, good shot over through the screen, reaching across with the glove hand of Dunbar. Made the save, knocked it down, but could not hang on for the cover-up. Centered, St. Hilaire, pinballed off the body, loose in front, they score! Twisting backhand shot from Ryan Pomerleau. Great job from the Lewiston captain to stay right with the play. Fishes that one away from the reaching goaltender, and then finishes it off. 8:03 in, and the Blue Devils have a 6-2 edge. And excuse me, rather, 7:03 the time on that goal going in the 3rd period. Let's do my math correct, subtracting 7:57 remaining from 50 minutes in this 3rd period. And the goal's coming in pretty quick succession here. Tie up along the scrum, Gendron just reaching over the top with a shot to the back of the head. And I'm not sure what Lewiston's playing at here. These are pretty blatant and obvious things right in front of both referees, and they have made it crystal clear they're not going to let anyone get away with the cheap shot. So back to the penalty box goes Gendron. And Joey Gendron trying to plead his case. He does not have one to make. 7:37 remaining in the 3rd period. Off the draw, back to the point for Tersolo. He will walk it across the blue line, sends along. Tersolo fires. That one just gets wide. Barnes. Grissom sending back up top. Barnes from the circle fires. Missed in net high over the crossbar. On his horse, the captain just unable to keep in over the blue line. Brendan Tersolo back weaving his way through the neutral zone. Slams on the brakes there. He'll wind it. That's one on. Shrugged off by Cloutier. Great save on the slap shot. Rebound back out in front. Nice hands from Barnes. Dances away from one. Couldn't get that one clear. Brendan Grissom against Knowlton. Nice job. Could not get it out over the blue line as it's gloved down by Tersolo at the point. Sends it across. Tersolo fakes the shot. He'll send it up along the left wing boards looking for a return feed. Instead, tie up in the corner. Stick lost in the process there from Cooper St. Hilaire. Shot, sharp angle off the side of the net and wide. McLean calling for it from the left circle. Good toe drag move, cuts in, save, rebound, loose in the crease. Tipped up but not out of the zone. Again, Tersolo firing one, angled too high off the glass. McLean will keep it on the right side. Here's Barnes. His shot took a deflection, and that one will end up actually hitting the netting there. Don't think the referee down low saw it. Play goes on. Full stretch in the corner to a side battle. Try to dig that one free. Knowlton. Nice job to poke it out of the corner. Tersolo with 10 seconds left in the penalty for roughing against Gendron. Deflected into the slot and finally sent clear. Nice job by Mason Bowden to find a window to send it long. 5.5 to go in the third period. Lewiston well in control with that 4-goal lead. Sent back to the point here. Loose puck. Sent all the way down by Aiden Gorman, and the Blue Devils will build up from their own zone. St. Hilaire stretch pass out. Michael Bello giving Logan Tripp an incidental body check and sending the assistant captain sprawling. He's A-okay though. Pass up the right wing side. Fed forward into the zone. Grissom trying to get Ramon Bergeron, ties him up behind the net. Bello. Send long. Out of the reach there. Tripp, sharp angle, and he puts it off the right pad. Dunbar hugging his near post. Nice job to get that pass stretched out across. Might have been going wide, but that makes it a surefire thing to keep it out of the net. Tapped ahead up the left wing boards. Pottier unable to get it out, and a shot there. Tripp A-okay taking that drive in as we'll have the face-off at center on the blast in that hit him coming out of the zone. He appears to shrug that one off and be A-okay. But something tells me he might get a shift off there to recover with 4.5 minutes remaining. Hegedus trying to poke it forward into the offensive zone. Kicks it along, reaching for it, Barnes. Shrugs off the hit from LaRoche. In behind the net. Looking to reverse it back from behind the net. Hegedus, St. Laurent. Fired all the way down the ice from the right wing side. Pomerleau will watch it go as icing with the Blue Devils. For once, unable to catch up on one of those stretch passes. Such great team speed, so good at firing that pass out of either the left or right wing corner to go cross ice up the far wing and usually hit a man in stride to really stretch the defense. But I suppose this one already put to bed with only 4 minutes remaining. And the Blue Devils looking to see things out here for their holiday tournament. I got a few days rest for them coming up before they'll play on New Year's Day against Edward Little in NPA action once again. To the point, Poulin's drive blocked. Hegedus trying to knock that one forward. Grissom, nice move to skate it. He'll cut to the right wing circle, fires just wide, blocker side. Lifted up and just over the outreach hands of McLean. Playing it out from behind the net there, Joey Pickett, first we've seen of the first-year defenseman today. Plays across, Barnes flips it into the zone, off the skates there of Kowalski. 2-on-3 into the zone for the Blue Devils. Across for Pelletier. Cooper St. Hilaire pinching it. Nice job. The defenseman reaches it, feeds it across, and steered away. Daxton St. Hilaire was waiting on the other end, couldn't come up with it. This one poked into the St. Thomas bench. First period started in our championship game. Smithfield and Notre Dame scoreless with 6 minutes to go in the first period across on rink 1. As things finishing up here. Steered ahead Tersolo. Stick checked and it came loose for Daxton St. Hilaire on the far side. Fired ahead, out of the reach. Ulrich waiting in the slot. Played back to the point. Owen Cox lost it. Nice job. Cloutier will steer it back towards the front of the net. Cloutier to the point. Cooper St. Hilaire fires it knuckled wide. Tersolo will sweep it back up the near side boards. St. Hilaire, nice job, able to keep that one in. Almost stolen away by Colin Crissom. To the far side. Tersolo pokes it out of the zone. And a high stick from Connor. He'll let Cooper St. Hilaire touch it, so play continues as we hit 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Dunbar. Into the offensive zone. Ulrich to the far side. Barnes able to take it away. Backhand shot on. Safe down there and cleared away before Gorman could get a touch. Nice job by the Blue Devils cleaning up in front of that. And a little shove in behind there on Daxton St. Hilaire. That'll go uncalled with Tersolo running into him. Or check that, Barnes rather, as Tersolo comes the other way. Barnes, the man trailing, he'll take the stretch pass, turns it back in front. Tersolo able to bounce back to his feet and fire one just wide. Hegedus keeping in. Into the corner. St. Hilaire tied up. Blue Devils take it back the other way. And Barnes out there looks like he's trying to get as many hits on as many Blue Devils as he can before this game comes to a close in a minute's time. Gendron behind the net. Avoids the tie-up from DeButz. Nice job reversing it down low. Stopped, though, by Barnes, and the toe drag. He'll start it ahead. Hegedus. Shot in the zone. His goal today. Puck was sent to the bench for him. Might be his first goal with the St. Thomas team. It's through neutral ice, carried by Knowlton. He will fire in right down the middle, and Dunbar will choose to keep the game going with 30 seconds left to go. Gendron driving to the front of the net. Taken away from him. Those two guys continue to just stand there and look at each other. Puck loose and try to be carried out by McLean. Gendron knocked down from behind, and both those guys are going to go to the box. 1.3 seconds left. I wouldn't be surprised if they just let the time tick down here. Gendron and Barnes jousting with each other in front. And we'll see if both of them are taken to the sin bin. Well, expected it was going to be both there, but with only 1.3 seconds left, they'll leave just the Blue Devils forward in the box. Won't make much difference here. That does it for the end of things. The Lewiston Blue Devils with another outstanding offensive performance. 6 goals put in the back of the net as they divvy up the scoring accordingly. Parlo, Pelletier, Bello, LaRoche, Ulrich, and Tripp all get in on the act, and they get some minutes as well for their backup goaltender. Ben Cloutier looked pretty good in the third period. For St. Thomas, things will come to a close for them. An 0-3 trip to Maine for the St. Dom's Christmas Classic. And they'll be happy to head back to Dover, New Hampshire and continue on with things in NHIAA play. But good from the Division II team. A couple of goals today. Hegedus getting in on the act along with Barnes to bounce back from that shutout loss to Medway a day ago. And a reminder, We've got another game still to come on this rink. Those same Medway Mustangs will take on the Edward Little Red Eddies, the other Auburn-based team, in the third place game of the St. Dom's Christmas Classic. We'll have that one for you in a moment, thanks to our presenting sponsors here today, Full House Sales and Lease from Auburn and Westbrook, St. Dominic Academy as well, presenting sponsor of all Saints broadcasts for the remainder of the 2019-2020 season. And, of course, Spectrum Healthcare Partners. A nice view of things from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth today. Your final score for the final time. It's Lewiston 6, St. Thomas 2. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching coverage of the St. Dom's Christmas Hockey Classic on Twin Cities Sports Network.
St. Dominic Academy is the premier college preparatory school in Central Maine. From pre-K through 12th grade, St. Dom's believes in the importance of community and the pursuit of excellence in the classroom and on the field of athletic competition. Call 782-6911 to schedule your personal tour today. Financial aid is available to all qualifying families. Discover what you love, be who you are, realize your potential at St. Dominic Academy. Online at stdomsmaine.org. That's stdomsmaine.org.